There are some absolute savages out there saying that Rick Ross was only with Christina Mackey, the fitness trainer and influencer, so he could use her to drop some weight, then dump her and get with another hottie. And look, she definitely did get really cocky in the relationship, but now they've announced their split, and just a week later, he's been spotted out with another gorgeous woman. So what's the tea with Rick Ross and Christina Mackey? Stick around and I'll spill it. Back in December 2023, Christina announced her relationship with Rick Ross. Their couple's announcement picture was them hugging in front of his private jet. But then Christina started gushing about Rick and pouring her heart out about him every chance she could get online, and people knew that would eventually be the end of that relationship. In January, she wrote this birthday message to her man on his 40th birthday. Happy birthday, lover. Rick, your presence enhances everything and everyone. That's such a beautiful superpower. I cherish you deeply. I prayed for days on end to be blessed with a man as loving and kind as you in this life. Anything you need, it's done. You're the biggest and the brightest. You absolutely are a star. And that sounds great until you realize this is a man that she's only been dating for a few months and she's an absolute Deluluville. But he played along with it for a bit. He broadcasted her Insta to a billboard in Dubai because people started saying he was keeping her on the DL. She absolutely loved it and wrote, "He don't post you," with a laughing emoji. But that honestly doesn't seem like a lot of thought went into it. It seems like his thought process was, they're saying I'm not posting her enough, what do? Oh, I'll just post her whole Instagram and that'll shut him up. It was honestly the laziest of moves. When women want you to post them, they want you to pay attention to them. Post pictures of stuff you do with them, or a picture you take of them that you love because you think they look cute in it. If I were upset that my man didn't post me and he just posted my whole page, I'd be upset because he half-assed it so hard, but that's just me. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this move. Anyway, I'd like to point out this comment on the post that predicted what would happen. This is gonna be the funniest breakup ever. This person was really out here laughing about how they were going to break up in their faces, and honestly, I'm here for it. Anyway, after that, the pair started posting pictures and videos together. There was even one that showed Rick exercising and trying to get fit because he'd stated he wanted to eventually climb Mount Kilimanjaro. He paid for some dental work for Christina, and she had to get on social media and brag about her man buying her teeth.
Oh, I love my teeth. I absolutely love my teeth. I'm so happy. I told my baby I want my teeth done. He got it done the same day.
It's honestly giving Roger from American Dad.
Baby, you treat me so fine.
Now, something was off about Christina's teeth, and when people told her about it, this was how she responded.
Don't be that kind of person. Be the kind of person that puts out beautiful energy and watch what you get back. Because despite what y'all may think, I've been receiving so much love. Drink your water. I think that's where a lot of negativity comes from. You dehydrated. Let's get hydrated. I love you.
There was another incident where Christina said Rick wanted tacos, so they made up a taco bar. She recorded taking the plate to her man, and his reaction seems pretty confused. But what's funnier about the situation is that his baby mama, Tia Kemp, jumped on Instagram to clown on Christina's cooking. Christina got on Instagram and fired back, without naming names of course, and said that basically if the haters weren't so disappointed with their lives, they wouldn't be up in hers.
Would you just move with a man? Why wouldn't you just move with a man? If you lived with your man, you wouldn't be on my page on a fake account at 40-something years old. You know what I'm saying? You would just be minding your business.
Of course, Tia fired back, and then not long after that, she showed on her Instagram where she'd received a cease and desist from Rick Ross. It has come to our attention that you're responsible for making disturbingly false and defamatory statements about our client and his family to numerous persons and media outlets on your social media platforms. Your conduct and obsession with our client and his family have not only risen to a level of harassment, but are also damaging to the reputation of our client. Your repeated statements are harassing in nature and will be reported to the local authorities for further action. But Tia wasn't scared off by the letter and continued to trash talk about the two, saying things like that the reason Christina is always at the gym is because she doesn't have a house. Then Christina got into it with Sierra Nicole because there were some allegations that Rick was her baby daddy. Sierra wrote, Almay Moon Roberts, 11-14, 7 pounds, 2 ounces of perfection. Happy 2 months to mommy's third beautiful princess of the castle. Love you so much. You're so perfect, I can't keep my eyes off of you. These past 2 months have been the best, so I had to bless the world with your presence. Not only is that caption adorable, Almay is too. Now, in case you don't know, Rick Ross's real name is William Leonard Roberts II, which means that little Almay does share his last name. Fans made that connection too, and Sierra basically didn't confirm or deny that Rick was Almay's dad. And Christina obviously felt some type of way about that. She didn't just go comment on the post. She posted the baby's picture herself with a caption, "She's gorgeous." Understandably, Sierra had a problem with that, and she did not mince words. It's giving stranger danger. Baby, we don't know you. Play with someone else for clout. I absolutely don't blame Sierra for that. In fact, I probably would have added a few more choice words to that if it were me. Who actually does that? Christina was obviously out here doing the most and was not at her best. And that's not the only ex that she trolled. She even went as far as to basically say that the lady that Rick was with before her, Pretty V, was basically nothing to him. She said this about people asking about where V was. It doesn't make me feel any way at all. I think it's funny. It's levels to everything, right? And that was never this. Whatever they had is not what we have. Whatever y'all think they have is now what we for sure have. So I'm not worried about it. I see the comments too. Pretty V didn't respond to Christina specifically, but she did post this in response. All I can do is laugh. And despite all of that energy that Christina was putting into the relationship and talking smack about other women, she still got dumped. And Rick Ross wasn't even bothered by the demise of his relationship with Christina because he was out with a new woman at a Miami Heat's game just a week after they split. People are telling Christina that if she was smart and paid more attention to how Rick moves in relationships, then she would have not only known it was temporary, but also could have gotten as much out of him as she could before he bounced. But she was too busy being blinded by unnecessary drama on social media and picking fights with people who didn't even matter in the grand scheme of their relationship. Here's what Christina wrote on Threads. I've never experienced getting left. I'm just not docile. I don't feel played. The sales on MackeyBody.com are thriving, and I'm grateful. The situation was beautiful, and I meant every word during our amazing 6-month run. If others are upset about my joy, pride in the moment, that's their stress to bear. We had a clean break 2 weeks ago, and I never pretended to be the last. I embrace both positive and negative traction with love, and no, I won't be appearing on anyone's podcast. I'm honestly curious as to whether someone actually reached out and asked her to be on a podcast, or if that's some sort of veiled threat to Ross that people want her to spill tea on him. I mean, if she's that shady and argumentative with his exes, and she's now his ex, why wouldn't she be shady and argumentative with him, right? And she's out here talking about men hitting on her at the gym, obviously trying to make Rick jealous.
Yesterday, when I was working out, this guy came up to me and he was like, "You're astonishing, beautiful, you're my dream girl. I've been following you for years. Every time you make a relationship video, and you know, I always want to talk to you, but I always see you in here with a guy."
Gross. I mean, men hitting on women in the gym is nothing new, and I really don't doubt that someone as pretty as Christina deals with that regularly. But to actually post and sort of brag about the creeps is just nasty. She keeps talking about the people in her comments and haters, still harping on the Tia Kemp thing too.
And I realized that some people think I talk too much. A lot of think where they want to be financially, and that's why they be taking jabs at other people. These little comments don't pay my bills. It would be different if they did. I might be kissing y'all's ass. You know what I mean? Bills are way too high.
That's actually an interesting thing for her to say, given that Tia Kemp says Christina got dumped and is living in her car. Ross broke up with Christina, took everything back. She's sleeping in her car, crying to his sister. Nobody's confirmed that, and nobody's touching that allegation, but of course, if Tia found out about that, she'd be all too happy to scream it from the mountaintops at her earliest convenience. Christina honestly came in and did too much, in my opinion. She could have been using Rick too. I mean, if she'd come in and got the attention and used it to promote her brand and get her back too, then at least she wouldn't have been the only one getting used in this situation. It could have been mutually beneficial, so to speak. But now, even after he dumped her, according to Tia, she's crying to his sister about it. If a man dumps you and you're living in your car, the last call you make is to his family after you already talked smack about everyone you thought was a threat and then talked your relationship up so much. But now it's time for you to tell me what you think down in the comments if you haven't already. Is Christina out here looking foolish for being too bold about her relationship with Rick a couple of months in and starting so many arguments online? Let me know and make sure you don't miss our next video. See ya.